Well, hello and welcome back to a Kooky corner of YouTube. I wasn't here on Friday because I was away, but I'm back now and I thought I'd catch you up with what I have been doing with regards to a January challenge that I started on the 1st of January. Now, remember the Ghosttober that we did I did in October? Well, I had quite a few spare pages, so I decided to complete my journal or work on another challenge using the extra pages. And the thing that I'm doing is called Birbfest. It is run via Instagram, and it is adminned by Birdie Tam, whose idea it was. So Birdie Tam, I'll put the details down below. But at the minute, it's also being adminned by April from Monkey Mintaka, which is where I actually picked up on this. I think, and I believe she's done it for the past few years. It's a really nice challenge to get you into drawing every day, especially if you like birds, which I do. And so the idea is you get a list of birds, a prompt list of birds, and you then complete a bird a day. So I thought I'd catch you up as to where I am in this. Don't forget about us or else. They're my beautiful corvids. So yeah, I'll show you the prompt list. So that was the prompt list that I'm working through. I try and work a few days in advance because sometimes I'm busy and I can't actually do it. So I try and maybe do a couple some days so that I've got extra to work on. And at the minute, I think I am working on the Nankeen Night Heron. I think that's the one that I'm doing at the moment. But we'll go through. I'll show you from the beginning. So this was the frilled-necked monarch, which was the first prompt. I've been working with like a flash paint background, and then on this one I've used gouache, pencil and some ink. So that was that one. The next one was Hyacinth Macaw. This one is also another flash paint background. Actually, this background was one of the tester pot backgrounds. I don't know if you've seen my video previously comparing flash paints and tester pots. So this one was a tester pot background, which worked really nicely, especially with this macaw, made him pop off the page. Really enjoyed doing that one. So that one was tester pot and gouache again with pencil and ink on that one, and also a little bit of Neo Color 2 I think I used on the leaves of this little strange plant I put on the side. Next one is a royal flycatcher. We've got flash paint background again, gouache again, and then again details with pencil, which works over the top really well, I have to say, on all of these, and ink. We have a crimson-backed tanager, or tanager, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but he is a very beautiful bird. And I hope I've done him justice in this drawing. Again, this was tester pot background and gouache with pencil and ink. We have the rather wonderful Smew duck. He reminds me of, there's a rock writer called John Robb. He reminds me a bit of John Robb, and I love him because of his hairdo. So yes, the Smew duck again with tester pot background, gouache, pencil and ink. We have for day 6 the red-billed blue magpie. This is him. That was supposed to be kind of an orange berry, but it came out more red than I expected it to be. But I went a bit rogue on this one. I tried tester pot with pencil on top, which works really well. So I've gone in with a different colour pencil and it works really well. Again, pencil details and ink. This guy was the black hawk eagle, and look at that face. Let's go in a little. Look at that face. Look at him. So yes, he was done in a similar way. I think actually I went with a watercolour background on this one, just by way of a change. and we've got a little bit of gel pen on the here as well, but again with pencil details, and the Caran d'Ache Fang Color Studio palette, which worked really well with this. I have to say, it was a really nice drawing to do and then to fill in. The Adelie Penguin is number 8, and so again with the tester pot background and then gouache. It's quite a simple one, this guy, because he's only like black and white, but I did try to add some like grey and blue tones into him and give him some texture for feathers on the back there, which is done in pencil. I think that was a white Derwent drawing pencil that I used for that. And then a few more pencil details over the paint, just because I can, because I'm really enjoying pencil on an acrylic background, loving it so much. This guy is the black and yellow broadbill, and he was the last one. No, I've posted another one today, so he was the next to the last one that I completed and posted up, because I'm posting them up on the actual days they're due, even though I'm working a little bit ahead. So tester pot background, yeah, tester pot background, and then actually no, this one wasn't. It was a PBO matte acrylic background on this one. I was trying that to see if that works, and that works really well with pencil as well. Just a little update on that. Great for working with pencil. Just some odd random plants around him just to give a bit of interest and to fill the page a bit. But again, he's completed with gouache, pencil, ink pen, and a little bit of Neo Colour Tube. This is the guy that's been posted up today, which is Tuesday the 10th. Just checking. Yeah, Tuesday the 10th. So this is the long-tailed tit. He is on now. With this guy, what I did was, I was away this weekend, as I've told you, but I actually completed him on the Saturday, as say I work a couple of days in advance. And he, I didn't have my usual setup because I was working just like on a chair. And all I had was this kit. Let me go back out again. Doo-doo-doo-doo, taking you up. So I had this kit. I didn't have any pencils with me for this either, so I kind of had to work with what I had in the kit. And what I have in the kit is the brush pens, these ones here. I also have like a little water brush pen as well there, which needs refilling now by the looks of it. But what happened was, he was done with the brush pens. So I've got all these lovely inky brush pens here. And this is a little tip that you could do. If you want to take out something that's not going to cause you too much hassle, these are great to take out, as is any brush pen, and will probably work in the same way. And I used this, which I use for drawing circles occasionally, as a palette. So let me just give you a little example of how this works out. I hope I've got enough water left in my brush. Let's find a spare page at the back here. So using this as a palette, what you can do is you can even mix the colours on here as well, which I have done. So you just scribble a little bit of the brush paint on here. And then what you can do, you can mix it all in to create different browns. And obviously you can water this down and make it more, but it works like a watercolour then. Obviously it will dry as an ink, because it is an ink based. Although it is a water based ink, it will dry as a watercolour. And that is basically the technique I used to draw a couple of the things that I've got in here, and I'll show you some of the other things. I'm just looking around for my little rag to clean my brush on. I use old flannels, by the way. Well, not used flannels. I don't. I buy cheap flannels and then use those as my rags to try and cut down on the amount of paper wastage that I used to do with like using kitchen roll or something, and then these get a wash. Kind of managed to get ink all over my hand now as well, but hey, we'll go with it. So yeah, that was from the orange brush. I've got to clean the tip of it just a bit so that it doesn't leak all over me. But yeah, so if you've got a piece of acetate or one of these flexible compassy things, it's a great thing to use. Let's go back again. So he was completed using that method of mixing colours on my little flexible palette and using a water brush. The background for this was this beauty, which is the Albrecht Durer watercolour marker, and I was so impressed with this that I might have got a set of them. I had some Christmas money, so I've used the Christmas money and bought myself a set of these Albrecht Durer watercolour markers, which I will be doing a review on at some point soon. But I was really impressed with this, and again, it's one of those things that because it is a watercolour marker, you can mix it, and it worked really well with the ink brush pens I have. And then for detail, I've gone in with, going back to my little kitty kit here that I have, there is a review on this, or there is a go through of my little travel kit. I think it's in October, so if you go back to my October videos, I'll try and put a link up actually up in the thing so that you can go and have a look at that if you're interested in all the other things I've got in here. And I've got this carbon pen, which is one that you put cartridges in, but it's a waterproof ink basically. And then I just went in and did all the details with that, and that worked rather well, so I was quite happy with that. With the background details, I just used a little bit of the orangey pen background there, and I also had one of these gel pens in there, so just added a little bit of shiny bling onto there as well, just because I could. And so that was the long tail tip. That's for day 10. That's today's one. Now I have got one in advance and one drawn. As I say, it's been a busy weekend, so I'm going to try and catch up again because next weekend I'm also away. It's a busy month in January. And I did this guy. It was a violet backed starling, and I had these two beautiful colours to work. So in the same method that I used to do the previous one, I used these for this. So basically, again, scribbling onto my acetate thing and then just mixing the colours and then using it as a watercolour. That worked supremely well. I was so happy. And as I say, I think it would work with any brush pen. You know, you could use Tombows for this, although light fastness would be questionable. I'm not sure of the light fastness of these actually, but as it's in Sketchbook, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, he was completed with that. He had the carbon ink over the top of him. I also used, let me see if I can find it. This, it's the Pentel BKN 77 Superb Tech ballpoint pen for details on the trunk of the tree that he stood on and for his eye. And then I used the Albrecht Durer as a wash in the background there. So I was supremely happy with how that turned out. And the next one that I have to do is this beautiful heron. I'm trying to remember his name again. The Nankin Night Heron. He's quite a formidable looking guy. So I've got a sketch of him, and I'm going to try my brushing technique again using my little palette. Actually, I don't have to use this, but I will use it because it's handy to have, you know, to use when you're out and about. So I'm going to use the same technique to do this, and I will speed it up a little. So I'm hoping that you will enjoy my little painting session of this bird. I will also try and clean all this orange off my fingers. I'll be back in one tick. So that's the background painting done. I forgot to tell you actually, this is a little Faber-Castell water brush. I've got many water brushes. I've got so many different ones. This is a nice small one, which is why I keep it in my little kit. And as you can see, it's been quite handy for doing the things I needed to do with it. So yeah, the other one was the Albrecht Durer watercolour marker. I've only got one of these at the moment, but I've got a whole load more coming. And this is the olive green. Well, I have a whole selection, as you saw. They are the Pentel Color Brushes, and they basically have a water-based ink in them that is re-wettable. So it actually works as if you were using watercolour, but it won't lift like a watercolour. So you just have to be aware of that. For that particular part. As I say, any other colour brushes will probably do the same thing. Also, as I say, the Tombows will work for this as well. So if you've got Tombows, they will work in the same way. Yeah, if you've got colour brushes from Arteza or something like that, try them, see how they go. You know, just test them out, because it's a really great way of taking something out. If you don't want to take out watercolour and the whole kit and caboodle that you have to have with that, then a water brush and some markers will work just as well. Excuse me, got a frog in my throat. So now I'm going to go in with the line work. I have this carbon pen, which I use. It's a platinum carbon pen. It's a desk pen, I think they called it, something like that. And this is great. I use this as my inking for a lot of the things I did for Ghosttober. I used this for as well. And then for some added interest and texture, this is the very fine Pentel BKN 77 Superb Tech, and it's got a really fine, I don't know if I can show you because I've got my lock on down below so that it doesn't go all fuzzy when I'm drawing. It's got a really fine nib on it and a self-cleaning top. So you know how ballpoint pens get dirty, you just give it a twist and there's a little top bit there that cleans all the gump off it, if you would. Right, so where's this lid from? Oh yeah, I know, my water set there. So I'm going to go in with line work now and speed it up for you so that you can just relax and enjoy. And there he is. That's our Nankeen Night Heron. I haven't put a background on this one because I'm really not quite sure which colour I'm going to go with, if I do go with one, because I'm quite enjoying the fact of him standing out from the page. Let me know in the comments if you think I should put a background on him or not, because I'm happy for advice on that. So yeah, the carbon pen adds a lot of detail in. I also, if you notice, went in with my my Uniball Signo Broad white pen, which is a staple for me in any of my kits. And you can sort of knock it back by rubbing down the white with your finger just to blend it in if you need to, or it will feather and bring back the white areas that I actually wanted to keep in this. So another handy little tool to have in your kit. Anyway, that's it. If you want to know any more, if you pop over to my Instagram, which is Cool Kooky Creatures on Instagram, you can see all the previous birds I've done. I haven't got any other videos up there, but if you wanted to check in and see all the different ones that I showed you from my sketchbook, please do so. Go over there and like and follow me if you would like to do that. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to completing more of this. I'm also looking forward to showing you some more of these as well. So keep tuned. So if you've liked the content, don't forget to give me a thumbs up on the likes, and also to like and subscribe. So subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and yeah, leave me a comment. Should I put a background on this bird or not? I'd really like to know your thoughts on the backgrounds, because these are all backgrounded birds. That one a little more subtle maybe, but yeah, let me know. I will speak to you very soon. I will have a review coming up on some very interesting brushes that I have discovered in a scroll box and had to get more of. So yeah, have a great day, have a great week, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.